All right, so before I get started, go ahead and say, Call Halayim La, Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shah, by Hashem, Rakakadash. That belongs to the Elders and Apostles, Great Minister, and Thomas, Truth, and Rule Well. Shalom to the hopeful elect. All right, so I had a situation recently while I was going off, and after, like, maybe like 5-10 minutes afterwards, like, I go on YouTube to watch to scroll down on like my subscribe thing, and I see this video. Let me see what the title was. The title was GMF Spiritual Warfare, and then I seen a few others, but basically these different videos is talking about people just like not going off, but like people just slacking with the oil that they was given, this knowledge that they was given. So I mean, like, I felt like there was a spirit right there, because like literally, like, right afterwards, you know what I'm saying, like, I seen the videos and I watched like all three of them. Well, I watched one day, and then like two of the other ones a day later, but they basically was talking about the same thing. Like, can't remember which page it was on, but he was talking about like people slacking off, and then GMS Spiritual Warfare was talking about let me see what the title of the video was again. The title of it was dang, I ain't write it down. But the title of it he was talking about you can be accepted, and then you can be rejected. You can be rejected by going off. Okay, so from there I wanted to go to Hebrews 12. Hebrews 12, 6 through 11, verses 6 through 11. And then not only that, like, I've been feeling down in spirit. So the other brother was talking about when you feeling down and stuff. So basically he was saying like it's not the time to be, you know, because brothers have those times where they feeling down and stuff, but this not the time to be down in spirit, because prophecy is really happening. Hebrews 12. Hebrews chapter 12 and verse 6. For whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth, and scourgeth every son, whom he receiveth. All right, so essentially this is talking about, if we go into that word, well, I'm using my phone to record, but he sends punishment. It says, verse 6, loveth he, for whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth, and scourgeth every son whom he receiveth. So scourges, it's another verse. I can't remember what verse it is, but it says scourges for amendment. Scourges are basically punishment. All right. So the Lord, those that he's dealing with, he punishes them. Okay. Verse 7. If ye endure chastening, God dealeth with you as with sons, for what a son is, whom the father that chasteneth not. So if you go through the punishment, then the Lord is dealing with you, just like when your father punishes you, is because he wants a certain type of behavior to change. All right. Verse 8. But if ye be without chastisement, whereof all partakers, then are ye bastards and not sons. So if you don't receive any type of like judgment, whether it be big or small, then he's not dealing with you. And it says bastards. It's various meanings for bastards. So one meaning is being hated. And this verse is talking about being hated, like he's not dealing with you. Another meaning for bastard is illegitimate son. All right. Furthermore, verse 9. Furthermore, we have had fathers of our flesh which corrected us, and we gave them reverence. Shall we not much rather be in subjection unto the Father of spirits and live? Let me read that again. Furthermore, we have had fathers of our own flesh which corrected us, and we gave them reverence. So reverence is we gave them a respect when they gave us a certain type of punishment. We still respected them. So it says, it reads, shall we not much rather be in subjection unto the Father of spirits and live? So it's basically saying, like, we should, after being punished, we should still give him that deep respect. All right, moving on. Verse 10. For they verily for a day chastened us after their own pleasure, but he for our profit, that we might be partakers of his holiness. So ultimately, like, him punishing us is for our own good, in order for us to reach that to get that incorruptible crown. All right, verse 11. Now no chastening for the present seemeth to be joyous, but grievous. Nevertheless, afterward it yieldeth the peaceable fruit of righteousness unto them which are exercised by it. So those that take the punishment and use it as motivation to, you to not go off again and to continue in the righteous walk, it's gonna do them good. They're gonna continue in righteousness. So basically, I'm gonna read that again. Now no chastening for the present seemeth to be joyous. So during the punishment, it's not going to be seen. It's not going to seem like it's not going to be desirable for you, but ultimately it's to help you. All right. But grievous, nevertheless, afterward it yieldeth the peaceable fruit of righteousness unto them which are exercised by it. So by that punishment, it's going to yield, it's going to produce the behaviors that he wants, and those that use the punishment is going to be beneficial to them in the end. All right. Go to verse 12. Wherefore lift up the hands which hang down, and feeble knees, and make straight paths with your feet, lest that which is lame be turned out of the way, but let it rather be healed. Well, now that was all I had. Second Esdras, chapter 9. Going to Second Esdras, chapter 9. All right. Second Esdras, chapter 9. Okay. Verse 1. And he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before. So it says measure the time diligently. So when you handle it, diligently means to handle with care. All right. So when it says this, it says measure thou the time. How are we going to measure? So we measure by the prophecies which are in the word, as well as current events that are happening. So what you do is you take what's inside this book and these prophecies, and you line it up with the news in order to see what seasons that we are in. Okay, you go to verse 2. Slaki. You go to verse 2. Then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. So at that same time that all these things are occurring, it's going to be around the same time that the Most High is going to send His Son to redeem the elect and destroy the wicked. Verse 3, therefore when there shall be seen earthquakes up and uproars of the people around. Therefore when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world. So today in North Carolina, it was an earthquake. I think it was a 5.1 magnitude, and that's the highest it's been since the 1900s, or the year 1900. Okay. All right. Verse 4. Then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. So these things, the end was manifest before, you know, the end was manifest from the beginning. All right. Verse 5. For like as all things that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. Even so the times also the highest have plain beginnings and wonders and powerful works and endings and effects and signs. So these different plagues and stuff are the different signs that He sent in order for us to measure the time diligently in itself, from the first verse. Verse 7, and everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith whereby ye have believed. Okay, so in order to be saved, first you got to be of the elect, because he only died for the elect, and then you're going to be saved by your works, because you can't just have faith. You can't just have faith alone. You have to have faith as well as works. All right. It's another verse on that, but I can't remember it verbatim. Verse 8, shall be perceived from said perils, and shall see my salvation in my land within my borders, for I have sanctified them for me from the beginning. So this is the first fruit. This is the first fruits, the elect, the 144,000 and the 1/3 of Israel. Then shall they be in pitiful case, which have abused my ways, and they have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments. For such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me, and they that have loathed my law while they had yet the liberty, and when as yet place of repentance was opened unto them, understood not, but despised it. So this is referring to this is talking about the people of Israel, but it's not talking about the elect, the first fruits, the 1/3. It's referring to the 2/3, because while we have these liberties, as far as like this coronavirus and stuff, everybody's not working. The mirth of the land is gone, and the grinding is low. So right now we got the liberty and the door of mercy of repentance. You're not taking advantage of that right now. People are worried about partying, sports, different shit like that. All right. Okay, and it says that the same must know it after death by pain. So he's lending out his hand to you right now. He's lending out his hand to everyone right now of Israel, and they just they're taking it for granted. They're not taking advantage of the opportunity. And therefore, verse 13, therefore be thou not curious how the ungodly shall be punished, and when, but inquire how the righteous shall be saved, whose the world is, and for whom the world is created. So the world was created for the 144,000 and the 1/3. He says, don't be curious on how the people are going to be punished. We should be focusing on our salvation right now, ultimately. Like as a wave is greater than a drop. And verse 17, he answered me, saying, like as the field is, so is also the seed as the flowers be, such are the colors also, such as the workman is, such also is the work. As the husbandman is himself, so is he, so is his husbandry also, for it was the time of the world. And now when I prepared the world, which was not yet made, even for them to dwell in that now live, no man spake against me. For then everyone obeyed, but now the manners of them which are created in this world that is made are corrupted by perpetual seed, and by a law which is unsearchable rid themselves. All right, so before, in the beginning, it wasn't anybody on this earth, so nobody could go against his law, nobody spake against what he was doing. And now we're in this Western culture, you have where they push this philosophy, their own philosophy, and it's against the Most High. It's against the Most High, and it's corruption. All right, and majority of that philosophy and corruption comes from Babylon the Great. So I considered the world, and behold, there was a peril because of the devices that were come into it, which is these different ways, these sinful ways. And I saw and spared it greatly, and have kept me a grape of the cluster, and a plant of a great people. So he kept a grape of a cluster. So when you take some grapes out of the store, you get this big ass bushel or barrel, whatever it's called, of grapes, and you can hold it in about 2 hands. But he says he's taking one grape out of that whole thing, and that grape represents the first fruits, the elect. Nevertheless, if thou wilt cease yet 7 days more, but shall not fast in them, but go into a field of flowers where no house is builded, and eat only the flowers of the field, taste no flesh, drink no wine, but eat flowers only, and pray unto the highest continually, then I will come and talk with thee. All right, so he says continually pray to him. So pray without ceasing, continually seek him. I can't remember. It's another verse where he's talking. He says reach out to him, and he'll come to you. All right, roughly paraphrasing, it's something like that. But hopefully that was edifying to the hopeful elect. Call Halayim La, Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'Shem Rakakadash. Double honor to the elders and apostle, great millstone, and told me the truth, rule well. Shalom to the hopeful elect.